I was just like tired of it. I was just like, these guys don't really care about me. So I realized that, and I just left, you know, and and I'm not talking bad about anybody, and I understand that, you know, that it's a business and we're numbers, and we're, when you're talented and they need you in that sense, they're gonna use you. It's part of life and it's part of the business. I'm not saying, oh, poor Cinta de Oro, poor Sin Cara, you know, no, none of that. You know, it's just, I just realized that, you know, it wasn't my place anymore.
Uh,
So I
yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I wanted a couple follow ups on that real fast. So the Sin Cara is deadline that Paul Heyman said to you. Was this you were trying to get like some creative ideas thrown your way, and that's what Paul told you in response to you trying to get some creative juices flowing? That's
yeah, I spoke with Michael Hayes. I spoke with him a little bit, you know, and about what they wanted to do with Sin Cara, because during that time we had a little feud with Andrade and Selena Vega, and it was pretty cool. You know, I was enjoying the feud and it was fun. But I asked him, "What's next for me? What do you guys brought this young lady from Chile, Catalina, up to the main roster to work with me? So what is it that you guys want to accomplish, right?"
Yeah.
And they said, well, they said no, and that's when he told me when I spoke with. Then I went to Paul Heyman, and he was in catering, and he was over there in Manchester, and I asked him straight out, you know, what do you guys have any plans for me? What do you guys want to do with me? You know, because I really want to know, and if not, well, I need to know what's going on, because I don't want to continue my career like this, just being, you know, using me 1 week and then leaving again, and then coming home and feeling miserable. So then that's when he told me that Sin Cara was dead, and I gave him a few ideas. I was like, well, let's do it like Spider-Man, right? Like where in the movie where people know who he is, and then when he gets into that, you know, when he becomes a superhero, he puts on a mask, and then, well, but then you're not gonna be Sin Cara anymore because they can see your face. I'm like, so they would give me like one thing after the other, you know, and for a long time since I've been out, I never said anything because out of respect, but at the end of the day, they don't really care about me. So why should I care about people that don't care about me? You know, I understand that maybe they help a lot of people, which is fine with them. Whoever has gotten help, and it's awesome. You know, good for them. And I'm not saying that that is bad, or I'm not saying that. I'm not talking this. This is not personal. This is mostly business. You know, in that sense. And it was just unfortunately for me that I got to experience that. And then so I left that day, got on the bus, we went on to continue the tour, and I remember we were in Vienna, Austria, November 11th of 2019, 7 p.m. Europe time, 12 p.m. Mexico time, and I that's when I put my release on my social media, and it wasn't because I wanted to like, you know, talk bad about anybody. If you read my release, all I'm saying is how I feel and the truth about the things. You know, I don't have to lie. I don't have to tell you more or less about things and what I had, you know, experienced in the company. I'm very grateful to this day, you know, to have worked there for 10 years. Not everybody can say that they work for the company that they wanted to work with or achieve their dream and there for 10 years. But they may say, yeah, we help you, we travel the world, we pay you. Yeah, but my body was broken during 10 years too. I don't have an ACL anymore. I dislocated my shoulder, you know, a lot of things, and which is fine. I understand that it's part of what we do, but when I launched my release, that's what I was feeling during that time. But before I put out my release, I remember that I prayed. I called a few friends of mine that are pastors, and to, you know, give me guidance in that sense of if I was doing the correct, you know, decision for my life and for my career, and everything pointed out that it was the correct decision. And I know that they didn't like that for me to put it out there in public, but how else could I, you know, really let them know how I felt if they didn't want to really listen to me?
Yeah.
If I already had talked to a lot of people, I was trying to get them talk to Vince, and they said that I had to do an appointment. And I was like, I'm not gonna do no appointment. If I've been here for 10 years and he cannot give me 5 minutes of his time, then I'm not worth anything to him. Why you want me here then? And it was just very sad, you know, a very sad situation for me in that sense of trying to just work really hard to you know, put my ideas out there and see if I could, you know, just let him know that I wanted to really, you know, earn my pay in that sense. It was terrible being in television and not just being in catering, sitting down. It was terrible. It was a awful feeling, and I know that a lot of the guys have, you know, have experienced that, and it's I'm not saying that it's just the Mexicanos or the Latinos, but it is.
Well,
It is, man.
and that's my final follow up here, because I know I got some QPW questions. We'll do here,
Yeah.
but my last question then for you on this subject is, obviously Andrade is taking some pretty
Mhm.
stiff shots right now at the company,
Yeah,
right?
that is true.
Okay, yeah, talk to me about that. Is it harder to be a Latin or lucha talent in WWE? Do they just not get it? Like, what is the issue there?
I had never wanted to get into this conversation, but I think we need to now.
Okay.
It's time. It's time, because it's true. With everything that's going on in the world, the Latinos in that sense, or Mexicanos, we can never really join forces to do something powerful. It's always been other people. You can see, what has happened nowadays when all the Black Lives Matter movement started going on. It was great to see all of them join together and do something positive for everybody, for the community. And then when that happened, everybody in WWE was a champion, right?
Yeah, Bobby Lashley,
Bobby Lashley,
Belair,
New Day,
Sasha,
and all
yeah.
those guys, which is great. They're good friends of mine, and I love them. But what about us too? We want a shot. We want an opportunity. So you realize certain things, and then now that Andrade asked for his release, they kept Santos Escobar as champion last week. Now they took the championship off him, and then they made Raquel, a champion in NXT, which is great. I understand it's business, but why would you have to wait till something like that happens to give an opportunity to the Latinos or the Mexicanos because something negative came out about your company? Now you want to say that that's not true, but it's not. It's very obvious, and it's just sad for a lot of the boys that are there right now, for Garza, for Angel Garza, for Carrillo, Lince, Calisto, Metallic, all those guys are very talented. And then they can give excuses about certain things. Oh, maybe because he's not physically fit. Look at Calisto. Calisto is in the best shape of his life. He hasn't wrestled in like 180 days on television. Look at Metallic. Metallic was a world champion everywhere he went, in Japan, in Mexico. He held like 5-10 titles at the same time for one time in his career. He has never done anything, unfortunately, in WWE. Garza was an independent worker that he was well known. He was all over the place doing a lot of things. Look at Carrillo. Carrillo he's an amazing talent. He's a young kid that looks good, can wrestle well. He can do a lot of things, but it's just unfortunate that they don't give those guys an opportunity to really succeed.
Yeah, man.
So it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough situation, but at the end of the day, now people can see that I didn't leave because of my ego or because I was, that I was thought that I was better than anybody else. I just wanted a shot, an opportunity to succeed in what I love, which is wrestling.